This didn't happen to me, but to my sister. She was home alone, and I was out at the mall with a friend. I called her to ask what t-shirts she wanted from the store I was at, and she told me she was scared that there was a ghost in the house. I asked her what happened. She had put a hot pocket in the microwave and gone into her room to change. While she was changing, she heard the microwave go off, signaling that her hot pocket was done. We have a small house. The kitchen and the living room are open and connected, and her room opens to the living room. She comes out of her room to grab the hot pocket, but instead of it being in the microwave, it was out in the living room coffee table, all warmed up. If that happened to me while I was alone, I would have been out there so fast. I was a utility locator. I used to work on a team with my dad. To find a gas service from the gas main to the house, you must connect the equipment at the gas meter. Many older homes have the gas meters in the basement. Sometimes I would be the one that would connect the equipment while my dad found the gas service. On this particular day, we get to a house that had the meter in the basement. I go up, knock on the door, and the homeowner points me in the direction of the stairs to the basement. I go down and I see the gas meter in the corner with two walls built around it, making it like a closet with no doors. Behind the gas meter is the old crawl space halfway up the cinder block wall. No lights in the crawl space. As I step into the closet area, I hear what I can only describe as a demonic growl coming from the crawl space. I step out and call my dad, not wanting to sound spooked. I just say I need a flashlight. He hung up. I stood outside of the doorway and just reached in to hook up the equipment. My dad comes down the stairs with a flashlight, and as he steps through the door to see if I got it in the dark, that same demonic growl comes from the crawl space. He about knocks me over trying to get back. He hands me the flashlight and goes back outside. I just stood there pointing the flashlight into the crawl space with a feeling something was watching me. He calls and says that he's done. I grabbed the equipment as quickly as possible and got the heck out of there. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't a dog or raccoon or anything I've ever heard of before or since. One time when I was 12, my best friend at the time and I were having a sleepover at her house. As a visual, the house was pretty old and was filled with tons of antiques and old furniture. She lived at her grandmother's house. The basement was one of those where you wouldn't dare go down alone because it just felt off and spooky. Because we were spooked by the basement, we decided it would be fun to sleep in a very long hallway on the 3rd floor, on opposite sides of the hall for some reason. The whole night before bed, we were playing a game where we would pretend to be spies. So we would hide in the closets and sneak up on her mom and grandma. I was often homesick at sleepovers as a kid, and when it was time for bed, I just read my book by a nightlight on my end of the hall. Then, right across from me, I see my friend get up and run towards me. Innocent me says, "Are we going to play spies again?" No response. I just giggle, and I'm excited to play again. So, I follow the figure into a bedroom closet and close the door. I'm trying to communicate with her, but she's not answering. I look over to where she is supposed to be beside me, but no one is there. I decide to leave the closet because I couldn't fathom what just happened. I walk across the long hall and saw that she was fast asleep this whole time. I could never sleep there ever again, and I'm still really spooked by the fact that I ran into a closet with a mysterious, ghostly figure. Many years ago, when I was a college student, I was studying in the campus library on a chilly winter evening. After hours of studying, I decided it was time to pack up and head out. I popped into the men's room first, and there I found a woman. She had her back to the door and she was crying. I asked her if she was okay, if she needed any help. She turned around and looked at me as if I was crazy. Then, she was gone. She didn't go past me. There were no other exits, no spooky noises. Just there, one breath, and gone the next. I ran out of there as fast as I could. Lucky for me, I didn't pee myself right there and then. When I was younger, about 7 years old, I was home alone when I heard the door open. My parents had gone out to celebrate a birthday with a few friends, and I wasn't allowed to go. My older sisters were at a sleepover. I assumed it was my parents getting home, and I ran to the door, but nobody was in the house after a thorough search. I then heard the back door to the house open, and a man yell, "Hurry! Get the hell out!" I really didn't understand what was going on at the moment, so I just closed the doors and locked them. After my parents got home, my mom and dad accused me of taking their money they had stashed away and asking me what I did with a few different things. After I told them what had happened, they didn't believe me until they saw that the hallway downstairs leading to our back door had muddy boot prints. They called the cops, and we all freaked out.